Alrighty, hello everyone and welcome back to Flight Simming, where today I want to talk about hardware. Now, a while back in a TOTUS A320neo, I said this, I really want to master it, and for that I need better equipment. I did a little research and it turns out that the main reason all these joysticks are so imprecise is the gimbal. Most sticks use this ball cup style gimbal. So naturally the answer is a stick that does not use this type of gimbal. Since I'm only doing civil aviation, I decided to check out some Yokes. Yokes don't have a ball cup gimbal, so that's a good start. And since the main reason why I moved to the Velocity-1 flight stick in the first place was because I wanted to move off the Thrustmaster Airbus throttle, I decided to check out several yoke plus throttle combinations. One thing before we begin, I will focus mainly on what it's like to use these in the flight, not on every button and their position and all that. I try to include as much information as I can, but if I forget some basics, please forgive me. With that being out of the way, let's get into it. The contenders are, from Honeycomb, the legendary Alpha plus Bravo, from Thrustmaster, the Boeing Yoke plus Throttle, and from Turtle Beach, the Velocity-1 flight. Let's start with the Turtle Beach Velocity-1 flight, which you can get for about 300 eddies. It's big. Well, all these yoke throttle combos are somewhat bigger than what I'm used to. The materials are pretty cheap, but the parts of the yoke that you touch have a higher quality materials than the rest. That's a good thing. The main body sounds as if it is hollow. And the throttle unit is small and also feels pretty cheap. It can be detached in case you want to use it on the left and not on the right side. But keep in mind that you have to mount it on something like the Thrustmaster flying clamp because it is so light that if you move anything on it, you move the whole thing instead. So I think it's best to attach it the way it is meant to be. And then it works pretty well. There's an integrated trim wheel, which is really great, and integrated axes for prop, mixture and throttle for GAs. If you use the throttle, you pretty quickly notice that whenever you move the two throttle axes, you also move the flaps. They are on neighboring axes and they all have the same size. Also, the levers have basically no resistance. It's hard to tell if you move them at all. I also heard from others that if you shake the entire yoke system, the levers fall out of their position by themselves. The force needed to move the yoke is promising, as is the range of movement. You have a full 180 degrees of roll. Mounting it on the table is a bit unusual. You have to use two screws to lower two clamps and then tighten them back. This works really well and is one of the faster mounts. Also, it almost doesn't extend below the desk at all, so the risk of injuring your legs is basically zero. This mounting system is quick, saves space, and minimizes the risk of injuries. I'm surprised no other manufacturer thought about it. If you need to take it off regularly because you also need your PC for work, it certainly is a blessing. As is the nice night lighting. Not very bright, but has a good readability. There's also a display in front, which shows stuff. Enough with the showcasing. What's it like to use? Connecting it is easy. One cable connects the two parts, the throttle and the yoke, and the other one goes into your PC or Xbox. And then nothing happens. I just wanted to do some flying with the Turtle Beach Velocity-1 yoke here. As you can see, the pedals down there are connected just fine. Mouse, keyboard. But this thing is completely dead. It worked yesterday when I turned the lights on for the exterior shots. So no idea what was going on there. Maybe I have a defective unit. It was working the day before when I connected it to my laptop for the presentation shots. I couldn't connect it directly to my PC. Maybe the powered USB hub I'm using does not have enough power. I also tried the USB extension cable, but that didn't work either. So unfortunately, I cannot give you any info on what it's like to use, which is somewhat disappointing. However, it's not that disappointing to me personally, because I wouldn't have chosen it anyway. It feels a bit too cheap and the throttle unit is pretty bad. Next up, the mighty Honeycomb Alpha Yoke and Bravo throttle. As I understand it, they are somewhat legendary in the flight sim community, and of course I wanted to give them a shot. They are pretty heavy, pretty big, and the quality is a significant step up, as is the price at about 500 eddies. The yoke doesn't make any weird noises when you move it, and the entire thing feels incredibly solid. It also has these lights which resemble a beehive. I guess that's because of the name. Again, you have the full 180 degrees roll, but the range of movement and pitch feels somewhat limited and it requires a lot of force to move. I was wondering if that gets any better once it's mounted, so let's see. There are also some buttons and switches for exterior lights and avionics and battery master. As I already said, the quality feels very good and I appreciate the thumb rest. Let's look at the mounting mechanism. Okay, now you mount this thing here, and then you have like a Then you have a hole here where you slide that in, and then you have these screws here to fixate this on this pad. Okay, so let's screw them all the way in. Then you put this on here. Put this right, slide this. This is so you can take it off again, and then you slide this front, and then you tighten these screws here. And then it's solid on your desk. This is just way too heavy. Okay. The throttle is mounted in a similar way. Speaking of the throttle, the Honeycomb Bravo throttle is really the star of the show here. No matter how much time I would spend talking about it, I would definitely forget to mention something important. It is probably the most flexible throttle ever made. Let's start with the basics. You have 6 axes, up to 4 for the throttles, speed brakes and flaps. But all the levers can be configured whichever way you like. Unfortunately, none of the axes come with any detent other than the one at the bottom. It comes as standard with GA and Boeing levers, but you can add Airbus levers as well. And since this is so beloved by the community, there are third-party add-ons, own prints and whatnot. I even saw Boeing add-ons with the correct flaps detents. The possibilities are probably not endless, but pretty massive. There's also an array of buttons, switches and a gear lever. Okay, then welcome here to Microsoft Flight Simulator, and welcome to the entire setup. I set everything up now. And first thing I noticed is that indeed with the pedals, this is something that I didn't have before, but with the pedals under the desk, my knees hit the screws here below it. This is what I mentioned, what I said, like depending on the height of your desk, you hit those and I hit those now. So I have to be careful with the pedals working. Controls options. Okay, we have keyboard, mouse, alpha flight control. Okay, it detected that. Okay, let's go to sensitivity and look. Okay, this seems to work. It feels very nice, by the way. This is... Wow, this is very heavy. Oh, I have to put a lot of force in order to put it back and forth. That's probably not so good. This will, yeah, this is not good. This is way too, there's way too much resistance here. This, my entire desk is jerking. My monitor is like shaking. This is way too much force. Okay, so keep in mind, a sturdy desk is important if you want to use these. It feels very good, by the way. The quality, it feels really, there's some rubbery texture here, but it feels very, very good. So this is I didn't install anything. I just connected the thing and then it automatically detected that this is the Alpha Flight Controls. It automatically set all the buttons, apparently correct. Okay, so this seems to be set up right out of the box, working flawlessly. Okay, now we have, wow. Let's look sensitivity. Okay, this doesn't do anything here. Let's see, maybe it's down here. Ah, okay. Okay, so these seem to come perfectly pre-configured. Seems now that we have it. I still cannot reset my cockpit view. Reset cockpit view, joystick button 2. It's supposed to be this one. Okay. This is not perfect, but I cannot do select. No, neither of these buttons is selected. Is detected somewhere. This is not detected. This is detected. Taxi is not detected. Nav, strobe, neither. Okay, these are all the light buttons. The fuel pump is off for some reason. Pilot heat. Cabin power 12 volt. Okay. By the way, flaps are not working. Ah, okay, here. Okay, then let's try. Ooh. Do not have to give it a lot of rudder. Now a little bit. Okay, the rudder pedals I have are not very good. They are way too sensitive for the little action I do. Let's see. Oh, oh wow. Okay. Let's bring the... Okay. Let's try to trim the aircraft. Okay, now it reacted. Oh, that works pretty okay. Throttle back a little bit. And... Okay. The roll is pretty nice, I have to say. However, the pitch is there's way too much force needed for that. I cannot imagine that you can do precise maneuvers in that with this much force needed. But other than that, it feels really nice. No idea why none of these buttons work. Absolutely no idea. Okay, we can see if these autopilot buttons and so forth work. If I turn now the autopilot, now it's active now. Okay, then I go to the heading select mode. Is it on now? Where is it? No, it's on heading. And then I should be able to select the heading. Yes, you can see that here. Okay, let's go east. Away from the airport for now, like that. Okay, I can set it, that's okay, but it's not following that. No, okay. Maybe I should set it to heading mode. Now it does, I think. We did not set an altitude. Let's set an altitude. 2500, that works too. Very nice. Okay, then I say 1, 2. Let's go to 320 and try to get back to the airport. And then altitude, let's go down to 1500. I'm not really sure. Can I altitude change mode and then I can VS and then I can... Ah, nice. I say, let's turn the autopilot off. Where was it? Here. And then I think I can see the no, the autopilot didn't turn off. I'm still on autopilot. Okay. I have to say this this movement around the roll works really, really nice. The pitch is just, you see that this, I get just a little bit, the reaction is immediate. Again, the roll is very nice, but the pitch is a little bit too sensitive, and it's really difficult to... I'm curious how this works with bigger airplanes or different ones, because this one is not very sensitive actually, but it's reacting really quickly here. Now let's try to keep it here. Let's lower our flaps. Again, cannot... now I have to retrim, that's okay. I cannot see. Now I'm landing, okay. Have the flaps set up for landing. Trim is okay, needs to be a little bit down. Oh, that's okay. Again, the roll is okay, the pitch is way too sensitive. I have to so little input for so much reaction. Again, the roll is also pretty. I can barely move it around the center here. And actually I should like use the throttle now. Oi. I mean, it's also possible that this requires some getting used to, but I'm really putting it back now. This is... Oh, I'm stalled already. That's not so good. It comes up again all the time. This is something really weird with the yeah, right. Yeah, okay, very sensitive. I'm curious to see what this will do in the TBM, which is more sensitive. Good, then we are in the TBM 930, now a plane that is way more sensitive. Okay, yeah, that's true, that must be down. Park brake is on, inertia separator is on. It shouldn't be. No, it's just an info. Alright, then let's see how far we can get with this one. Again, my pedals are not very good. I have the Zytec something or other, and I can... You see, it's not pretty difficult to control these. They're not very... Whoa. Okay, we already lift up. Then let's bring the flaps in. Throttle back a little bit, because this has a lot more power. And then we have to trim. Yes. Okay. Wow, okay. Yeah. Okay, this is this is probably better. Again, if I do not... I think the plane should be level if I do not put any input in. Okay, this looks good. Let's see, yeah, it's way too sensitive. Again, if I'm... You see that? It's overreacting. I mean, it's probably realistic, but even the smallest input, you see, just a tiny bit of input and the plane completely overreacts. It's... I don't know, like, this is... Again, the roll is fantastic. It's really good, but the... Okay, now I have to trim this anyway. This is, by the way, really nice, this trim wheel here. Okay, then let's try the other stuff. Then let's try to put the autopilot on. Go into Alt Altitude, select 4,000 feet. It automatically activated the altitude modus. Okay, this is different. Then let's go to heading mode. And let's dial in our heading of, what was it, 140, 150 or something like that. Okay, that works also. This is very nice, by the way, here. I wish they were illuminated for night. I don't know if there's a... Again, I said this is... Oh, should probably put the gear in. Okay, we are now 7 miles away from the airport. So then let's take altitude, go down to 1,500 feet. Activate vertical speed mode. Select vertical speed minus 1,500. And then change our course. I'm putting it all the way back to alt until I cannot get any further, and then I know 1, 2 down is heading. So this is how I then let's go to 320. Oh, there's the runway, I think. No, it is not. Okay, never mind then. Let's turn off the autopilot. Is it off? No, it's not. Now it's off. Okay. Then let's take over control. Bring the flaps down a bit. I have to trim it, of course. There's the runway. Okay, throttle down a bit. Gear down. Flaps full.
Landing gear.
Yes.
Landing gear. Landing gear. Landing gear.
Again, keep in mind it's the second time I'm using this. The first time was in the Cessna just now, but today is the first time I'm using this. So oopsie daisy. Now you see, now I'm overshooting again. It's really... It's really hard. You can overshoot to catch the plane here. Wow, this is... I either get no reaction or I overshoot. Now I think I... No, I'm overshooting again. Now okay, that was a perfect landing, but I think I came up again. Okay. Wow, I really have to push the pedals hard here. Okay, so that was the TBM. Okay, then we are here in an airliner, in the A319 ACJ, but this works. I like this a lot, by the way, like, because you don't go directly to any flap setting, you always step over another one, and this just goes so quickly. It's really good. Never mind, then let's see. Okay, then let's... Parking brake is released, then let's toga. We are very light, we should be able to... Okay. I have to do a lot of corrections here with the pedals. They're not really sticking to the floor, they are sliding around. I don't like this. Good, okay, let's try to keep the center line. Ah, yeah, we are already... Yep, okay, then let's gear up and bring the flaps in. Already passed their speed, very noisy. Okay, that's nice configuration, by the way, that the climb position is here already, so I have the entire range here. From idle to climb. This is very good. Okay, then let's turn on the auto thrust. Dial in a speed. I think this should be this. Yes, okay. Let's see if it can follow that. Then let's dial in an altitude. This should be this one. Oh wow. Okay. And then let's try to dial in a heading. What was it? 130. Cool. Then let's try to turn on the autopilot. See what happens. Speed is, for some reason, I set to 20. Okay. Dial in altitude 5000. This is apparently where they want us to be here. That seems to work. Then let's wait until we are like 20 miles, then turn around. Good, then we are about 20 miles out. Let's choose our heading selector and go back to, let's go the other way around. Can choose airports and then do that. And then let's go like 300 or something. There's the airport. And then let's choose altitude. We're supposed to capture this at 2700, so yeah, so let's go down. And there's the localizer. Then let's try to adjust our course. And I can go to approach mode. I cannot say capture localizer, right? No. Can't do that. Okay, then let's try to do this way. That doesn't work now. Okay, that looks better. Okay, I think we have the 2,500. Okay. 2700. I think we have the localizer now. We have our altitude. It's of course not correct here, but it's okay for now. Okay, then let's start. Let's go flaps 1. Yes, that's already coming down. Let's go, let's say, oh no, we can do this here, right. Speed 175 and go flaps 2. It will bark at us a little bit, but that's okay. Then let's see if we can activate the approach mode here. Yes, there it is. Okay, I had to push it twice, but it seemed to work. The glide slope's coming down. Let's go down with our speed. As you can see, we have a lot of reserve. Okay, now it has glide slope. Let's go to 150. Then go gear down. Okay, it looks good. We are on the glide slope, on a localizer. Then we can go flaps full. Then we can go, I think, to 120 or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Cool.
1000.
Okay, then let's turn the autopilot off. Does it work this way? Yes, it does. For some reason the localizer is turned on again now, but okay. Okay, let's see. Can make corrections here. You have to do quite a lot to get something out of the airplane. That's drifted quite off the localizer there because the winds are pretty crazy. They change a lot, but I do not have to do a lot with the pitch. It seems to be very well trimmed out. Now I have to, because now I'm too low.
500.
I'm below the glide slope by too much, and again the pitch is terrible. I have to pull way too much.
400.
I have to apply too much force, and the airplane overreacts too much. Yes, way too sensitive. The roll is, in this aircraft, the roll is not reacting at all, and the pitch is still overreacting like crazy. Retard.
Retard. 5.
Okay, wow. I'm full in the pedals now. Okay, weird. I think the winds are a bit crazy here today. Okay, that was my first attempt to land an airliner with this thing here. And with the pedals and everything. Not bad, not bad. Again, it's the pitch thingy is not as dramatic here as it is in the smaller aircrafts. In fact, during the last phase of the flight, I think it was pretty okay. The trouble is that you have to throttle down, and then you only have one hand. It's already require you to apply a lot of force with two hands, but with one hand, it's really hit the gym, man. Okay, that wasn't that bad. Let's hop over to X-Plane and use the ZIBO 737 because I cannot just put the PMDG on a runway and then go, but I can with the ZIBO, and they have the exact same flight model. So let's go over there. Okay, we're here now in X-Plane, and this thing automatically detected the flaps axis and the speed brake axis. This is something that Microsoft Flight Simulator did not do. Also, these two throttles seems to be okay. Again, the part down here, this is a switch. You can see it here. This is not a range. This is just a switch. Okay. Ignore access, next. Center all controls. Next. Okay. Finish. Go back here with the configuration. Go they are reversed. This is okay. These are the flaps, and these are the speed brakes. It says none. That's not true. This is none, and this is speed brakes. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay. They need to be reversed as well. Okay. Flaps. Let's see. Also reverse. Okay, 5 is here. Let's see how well they... Oh, that's actually pretty okay. This is 1, 0, 1, 2, 5. Down here's 40. Oh, that's actually not bad. Okay. Okay. Let's see, I just want to wait. Do we... Let's do some flight control checks here. Wow. Again, this is very heavy. What was that? Okay, please don't try this at home. Okay, this was, of course, very, very, very bad. Gear up. Seems to work. Okay.
400. $1,000.
Nice. Okay. It's not bad. This is very good, actually. Okay, then let's bring the flaps in. Okay, flight directors are off. That's pretty bad. Way too fast. How can I cannot see anything here? Why is everything so unbelievably dark? I'm trying to get, let's try to get south
Bank angle
over the ocean and then so we can plan our approach. So far hand flying it here with this thing is really good. Again, now I'm going down.
Bank angle.
Okay, now I can see the, let's say 130 course. Okay, there we have it. This is where we, visually improved, huh? Looks like an actual nice Mediterranean Sea, but I cannot see anything in this cockpit. What's going on with that? Jeez. That's a little bit better. Okay, then let's see. Altitude selector. Let's... that doesn't work. Okay. Again, I cannot... like in Microsoft Flight Simulator where I could use this thing here. This is unfortunately not working. Okay. Okay, autopilot on. Good, then let's turn around. Yeah, weird that this isn't working here. Maybe you can configure this though. Okay, 3, 1. 315. And then let's go down to 2700. Okay, now it's alive. Okay. Okay, then I have to do it manually. I think there's the runway. That's not good. I'm too far off. Okay, then let's start. Okay, then let's take over manually here. Okay, go auto brake 2. The speed brake.
Think rate. Think rate.
1,000.
Think rate. Think rate. Think rate. Glide slow. Glide slow.
You are correct. I'm so sorry. Good, then let's oh, I cannot see the speed here. Let's assume it's 140. That would be okay, I think. Flaps would be... I have to trim the airplane really, really badly. Flaps is 40. Let's go flaps 30.
All stations, Calgary Elvis, QNH 1002.
Okay.
1,000.
Again, the speed brake's clicking because it's not really getting... Auto thrust is off again. That's, oh god, no. Okay, this is pretty bad.
Think rate.
500.
Pull up. Pull up.
400.
Think rate. Think rate.
Very direct, okay.
300.
It says I'm too high, now I'm okay.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Oh, acceptable landing. Let's see if the reversers are working. Yes. Oopsie daisy.
80 knots.
Okay. Minus 276. Not bad. It was pretty shaky, but not bad. Okay, that was pretty good. But you can see, you can tell that this is more tailored towards the Airbus and stuff. But I think you can get used to this easily, even with the 737. It was a little bit too direct for my taste for the 737. But I don't think that in the ZIBO I ever got below minus 400 or something like that. Not too bad. This thing, pretty good. Pretty good. Too direct for these smaller planes. Didn't like the Cessna, didn't like the we can do one more thing. We can go in the really big one, in the 787. Good, then we are here in the 787, the Dreamliner. This would be cool if this was working, but yeah, okay. Never mind then. Let's see if we can get this thing to work. Pretty short runway here. Flaps 15 for takeoff, okay. I have to give it a little bit of rudder here. Again, wind is, as you can see, pretty crazy today. Yeah, no V-speeds. But we take off just fine. Gear up. Yes, nice. And then let's see. Wow, it feels really heavy and big. This is nice. Okay. Should be at flaps 1 at least now. Auto throttle is active. Let's try to engage that, and let's dial in our 220. And this really feels big. It's very, very... It's a big delay. I have to put in a lot of input in order to get a reaction, which is totally okay. I mean, this is what it should feel like. It's a huge plane. It's a Dreamliner. And no idea why the auto throttle isn't working, to be honest. But okay. Pitch is... There's no overreaction this time at least. Okay, let's see if we can get to our 130 here. Okay. Wow, yeah, you have to put in a lot of input. Again, it's okay. Let's see. Altitude selector, let's go 5,000 as we did with the others. 1-2 heading to 130. What was it? 109.5 slash, I think F315, like that. No, invalid entry. Invalid entry. Ah, okay, like that. Good. And we are not... We need vertical speed. Oopsie daisy, no. Okay, 25 miles. Then let's go altitude 2700. Let's go 1-2 heading mode. No, we should go left. Okay, there it is. Let's go 315 and let's grab the localizer. And we are 16 miles out. Should be okay. Okay, the glide slope's alive. Then let's configure. Let's go flaps. Let's go. Wait. Speed is here. No, speed is this one. Let's go down with the speed. Then let's arm the approach. Does this work here? Yes, it works. Very nice. Flaps 5. Now it should be on the localizer and on the glide slope. Yes. Nice. Okay, then let's go flaps 15. Go gear down. Select speed. I don't know what it is. 150. What do we land this at? 130? 135, I think. Yeah, we are very light. Let's go 135. That's okay. Then let's go flaps 20. And then flaps 25. Flaps full. Okay, then let's arm the speed brake. Right. Go for 2. Okay, let's try that. Yep. Last time I had to press it twice as well. Auto thrust is still active. That's important. Okay. Let's try not to lose too much altitude. It's still very sensitive in the pitch, but it's okay for this big aircraft since the input is so delayed anyway. There is, wow, I'm way off the localizer now. That's okay. You can really, it feels really heavy. It suits this big plane a lot more. This yoke. Wow, no, I'm really off. I'm way too far below the glide slope. Wow. You have to forgive my rubbish landing skills. But this is way more controllable, this big plane with this yoke, than the others. Would be funny if I made the worst landing with this. Which looks like I will. Okay. Let's try to get this right. Okay. Seems like we managed somewhat. No call outs. Okay. Yeah, now.
40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay, wow, wow. Whee! Okay. Not very good. But on the center line. Still, the pitch is a problem with this. The pitch is a problem. You either overshoot or I want more range in the pitch. This is something that is definitely a problem with this. Maybe it's something that you can get used to. That would be, I think, okay, but I would like to have more range in the pitch. The roll is really, really good. It's really, really good, but the pitch is, for me, it's a little bit too sensitive. But this big airplane, despite this being the worst landing, I think, of today, I think this suits the big airplane a lot better. All in all, the Honeycomb is a really good system. However, for me, especially the yoke is not ideal because of the limited range of motion, which caused me to overflare all the time. And then there's the amount of force needed to move it. It's just way too heavy. By the way, I'm not the only one having this issue. There are instructions online on how to reduce the strength of the pitch spring, but the throttle is fantastic, albeit somewhat cumbersome to mount.